tried so many diets in the past. So it was the fear of, is this going to work? Because how many more things can I try before it becomes life-threatening?
Good morning, everybody. It is lovely to see you, Maria, and welcome to another episode of what we are calling a series of information to transformation. Now, this is where I like to interview people who have brought about a significant shift in their life by making those strong decisions. And I think surgery is one of those things that is not an easy decision to make. Today, I've got Maria with me. Maria has been one of a very inspirational persons who I met last year in the thick of lockdown in Melbourne. And we had some deep conversations around how the weight, which was affecting multiple facets of Maria's life. And Maria, thank you so much for coming on board today and sharing a few of these lessons that we have learned on this journey so that we can help the wider community. So if I can begin by maybe asking you, Maria, tell us a little bit about that person who was, prior to June 2020. Who was that person? What was their challenges? What were you facing as that older version of yourself?
Yeah, well, hello, everybody, and thank you, Dr. Arun, for having me. So my life and who Maria was prior to surgery, I'm normally a happy, outgoing person, but when I had put on all that weight over the years, I was lethargic, tired. I had a lot of physical ailments, so sore back, knees. I wasn't sleeping well, and my relationships were suffering because I lost all confidence. So I would avoid going out, or I would always make an excuse to not go out and not do any activities with friends and family, because I didn't like who I was externally and internally, because my weight was hindering me. So I didn't live a good quality of life because I was always home, stopping myself from doing things because, one, I didn't like how I looked, but also because I was limited because of the weight to do things.
Was that something that gave you that safety factor because you couldn't get yourself to face the world outside?
Yeah, definitely. And I made excuses. Everything was too hard, too challenging, but it was because I didn't like me. So I needed to get out of that mental block. And I think that's what the surgery has done. The surgery gave me the confidence, or it was that stepping stone of that surgery that then allowed me to live my true, authentic life.
Yeah. So when did you have your surgery, Maria?
June of 2020, so June 11th last year.
Right. Okay. And did you have any hesitations or fears in going for the surgery? Surely you would have had, whether it'll work for you, and doing all the research that I see so many people do. They come to a conclusion where they are confused because somebody's saying good things and somebody's saying bad things. Did you face that sort of a thing?
Well, look, with any surgery, there's always going to be fear because I've never had surgery. So definitely doing your research is critical. I joined a lot of Facebook or social media groups on Instagram for previous patients who have had surgery. And I looked at what types of surgery there was, because there's the traditional lap band, and I didn't want that because of the complications I've read and heard people experience. The sleeve was a little bit more permanent, which is what I needed, because I've tried so many diets in the past. So it was the fear of, is this going to work? Because how many more things can I try before it becomes life-threatening? Because that's where I was heading, obesity, towards, am I going to live for the next 20, 30, 40 years? The fear of, am I going to wake up from surgery? Never been through anesthesia before. Is it going to be successful long-term? Am I going to be able to sustain living my life with, restricted eating and so forth? So I didn't know what to expect in terms of, am I going to be able to eat normal foods again? Am I going to vomit like I've heard some people, will have reflux, or have any of those things? Lucky enough, I've had none of those things. So it's been actually a blessing for me.
Awesome. So with regards to, I often hear, Maria, that people who are doing extensive research, who join all these Facebook or social media forums that are there, they sometimes land up getting confused. Do you have any advice for anybody who is engaging in research? Because of course, there are authentic people who are putting genuinely their journey, but there are others who are in a state of, blame and shame and damning, which does not help sometimes. I'm not saying that, there is no two sides to the coin. There always is. But is there any advice about how we can exercise some judgment, in what information to take in?
Yeah, look, you're right, Dr. Arun. Look, social media can be a blessing in one sense, but at the same time, it can actually be damaging to your journey because there's so much information, and you're going to get stories that are negative. You're going to get positive, amazing stories. You're going to have people who portray everything's perfect, but in reality, it's not. And you're also going to have people who are really authentic around, the struggles with any kind of weight loss journey or surgery. They're the people I tend to gravitate towards, because I find them quite authentic. They will show you the bad, good, and ugly, but also the amazing things. And that's how I live my life through my social media platform, around the bad, good, and ugly, and the amazing little milestones. So my advice to people who are going to start off on the journey, when you're doing your research or joining other groups or like-minded people, stay away from people who are negative or who are going to put you down or have their opinion. Look, it's great to have a look and see how people's journeys are, but that's all you see it as, a grain of salt. That's fantastic. You're looking good, or, you've got some positive things to say, but leave it at that. The only person that can help you through your journey when it comes to medical will be your surgeon, will be the support staff, your nurses and so forth, your dietitian. They're the people who are professionals and trained in that area. Anything that's got to do with in the post-surgery, what to expect, complications, support, will be the professionals.
That's good to know that, that we all have to exercise judgment when we are taking in this information from all sources. So, and we will, towards the end, we will check up with you, Maria, how people can connect with you on your social, because you really come across as someone who's very authentic. And look, there is always going to be the good, the bad, and the ugly, as you said, with anything, So tell us about, what are the strategies, Maria, that you specifically used to actually use and turn this, whole ship, I call it the ship of life, using surgery as a point, and almost you've done a U-turn. Look at your before and after photos, which we have kind of seen. Oh my God, you are a totally different person. So tell us, what were your strategies? What did you do?
Look, I went into this journey, Dr. Arun, and when I first met you was, with the mindset I wanted to lose weight. I always thought that I just want to be slim. But what I've learned soon after surgery, it wasn't even about that. It was about, I want to be fit and healthy and be strong in mind, body, and spirit. Wow. So that was the new mantra that I led my life with post-surgery. So strong mind, body, and spirit. And for me, my biggest thing, which has probably been the catalyst, is my fitness goals. So exercise for me is, detrimental to my mental health, my physical health. And that's probably what's been my biggest success story. So along eating well and putting all good nutrients, they're the two things. So my fitness journey, I make sure I work out 7 days a week, irrespective of what it is, whether it's a HIIT class, whether it's boxing, weight training, or walking. Through the pandemic, it was quite challenging because nothing was open, no gyms. So all I did was start off with setting goals. 5,000 steps a day at the beginning, once I was recovering post-surgery. Then I hit a goal of 10,000 steps, 15, 20, and then we ended up hitting 30,000 steps a day.
Wow.
Almost 20 kilometers until the gyms opened.
Yeah.
And once the gyms opened, we went into sculpting. For me, that mentally helped a lot, because I saw my body change around the shape and structure. It wasn't about just being thin.
Yes.
It was now about being strong and fit.
See, I often say that, when people come for weight loss, I often say it's not about the weight. It's about feeling great.
Correct.
Feeling great is like, the energy, the vitality, the clarity of thinking.
Yeah.
When you start to experience that, you cannot trade it with anything else.
Correct.
You just cannot.
Correct.
And I think in medicine, we say this, Maria, that, your physiology changes your psychology. That means when you do physical exercise, it not only exercises your muscles, it actually changes your mindset as well.
Yeah, correct, 100%. That's been the biggest positive from that. It's my mindset. I wake up happy every day because I work out. It then spirals into my professional working life, my friendships, my relationships, and everything else because I feel good because I've set my day. But in saying that, Dr. Arun, it's not only exercise. You need to make sure you're putting the right foods in your body. And we talk about that. If you're exercising, doesn't matter how much you exercise, if you're not sticking to the program as per your surgeon's instructions, high protein, high fiber, water, sleep, get away from negative people and surroundings. I only like to be around like-minded, positive energy. When I put that with my working out, you're unstoppable.
And do you think sometimes, Maria, I feel people make it very complicated, do this, take this diet, do this program, because when a program means you are restricted into doing something only that, all right? So how did you simplify it for yourself?
Look, someone who's never cooked in their life, I'm not a great cook. I can tell you this has been the easiest thing for me. I make sure I have always green in my diet. It's very simple. All the colors of the rainbow, we call it. So I make sure I have fish, chicken.
That's music to my ears, by the way.
yeah, I know, because you're all about gut health and putting good things into your body. Greens and simple salads. You can pre-make them and cut everything up during the week. So it doesn't need to be complicated. Whether you veggies, just greens, pumpkin, things that are good for you, but in proportion. I still have ice cream. I still have a bit of chocolate, but I always make sure I look for healthy alternatives. And I minimize that. I use palm size because I still have a treat. No one's asking you to eliminate everything in your life because it's not sustainable.
That's true.
You restrict yourself.
So if I can just ask you, with your meals, do you pre-cook them for a whole week, or how do you do it?
I normally meal prep for 3 days, and that'll be generally my breakfast and my lunch. And for my dinners, I like to cook fresh because I'm home. After work, it's always easy to put something in the air fryer or in the oven. So that's a lot easier. But generally, my breakfast and lunch is pre-done 3 days in advance. So that way, when you come prepared, you're less likely to fail.
Absolutely. That is the best piece of advice, Maria. If anybody who's watching this interview can just take one thing from here, that meal pre-planning is so critical. And I haven't had weight loss surgery, but I tell you, I always bring my lunch box to work. Because if I don't bring it, I'm inevitably going to go to the cafe and I'm going to buy everything, anything which is, I'm hungry, whatever, I might go for the wrong stuff.
But the biggest thing I learned, Dr. Arun, and I have to say big thank you to you, is learning what is head hunger versus stomach hunger. I used to eat through head hunger because I see it, eat it.
That's so powerful.
So head hunger was what drove me for most of my life, because I would see it and eat it. So it wasn't that I was hungry, but I saw something, my brain said, I want it. Did I need it? No, but did I want it? Yes. That's how I used to live my life. Now it's, am I hungry? Is that food going to bring value to me? And is it going to nourish me?
So you said head hunger, and what was the other term you used?
Stomach hunger.
Stomach hunger.
My body's now learned when it actually is hungry versus what it previously used to do, which was just eat for the sake of eating, whether it's emotional, whether it's out of boredom, whatever it was. Whereas now I eat to fuel my body rather than just eat for the sake of eating.
Oh, that's so good, and you've kind of answered my last question anyways, Maria, that, what advice would you give to someone considering surgery? And I think from the getting success or unlocking the real power of surgery, you've already mentioned two beautiful things. That one is that I took is pre-planning at least your breakfast and your lunches, because dinner you can still have some options when you come home. And the second is to identify the distinction between head hunger and stomach hunger, which is the real hunger that we experience. Was there anything else that you would want to say to anybody who may be considering surgery but is hesitating?
Look, if you're thinking about it, bite the bullet and just do it. It's been the best thing. I wish I did this 10 years ago, Dr. Arun, if I knew enough about it. Do your research, find a good surgeon. who's going to provide
Well,
you
you
the
didn't know about
aftercare.
me then.
I know, I wouldn't have known about you, but
I'm just joking.
it's amazing that, what a bit of research can do. So just research, surround yourself with positive people that are like-minded, that are going to help lift you. It's not an easy journey, and it's called a journey for a reason, because you're going to go through stages, but surround yourself around positive people, and just do it, because it honestly has saved my life, and it's given me a better quality of life, and now I can actually live life to the fullest.
Yeah, and we see your Instagram page is loaded with, such amazing workouts that you're doing, Maria. And also kind of, the life that you're leading now, you're so outdoor, you're out
Yeah.
there, which is fantastic. So how can people follow you? Can you give us your Instagram address or something?
Yes. Well, look, the funny story about my Instagram, I started that after surgery so that I could keep myself accountable. So that's another tip. Start your page and add other people who are also on the same journey, so you can actually keep yourself accountable every day by posting what you eat, your workouts. I found that was my way of keeping myself in check. So my page is called How I Got My Sexy Back with underscores, because I honestly truly feel the most sexiest I've ever felt in my life. And that's just a powerful thing for myself.
That's so powerful, Maria. So you'd be happy if people could just connect with you,
Yes,
and
definitely.
you are happy to just share with them or guide them.
100%. I have people calling me all the time, sending me DMs. I've actually got a very good friends now that I've made through that platform, and we talk regularly. We catch up for dinners or for exercise walks. So anyone can reach out to me. You can even call me through Instagram. I'm happy to chat. I honestly believe that this is a platform's given me now the opportunity to help others.
And I truly believe that in helping others is when we help ourselves.
Correct.
Isn't it?
Correct.
It all comes back. This is the circle of life.
It's honestly the best thing I ever did. And if I could help someone on their journey, then, I can't even explain to you what it does for me to help others. So I definitely will answer any questions anyone has if they reach out.
Oh, that's so beautiful, Maria. It is such a delight speaking to you. I feel truly inspired being in this conversation with you, because I truly believe that when people make a decision to do something really significant, the universe shifts, people, circumstances, everything shifts around you to actually make it happen for you. A lot of us actually self-doubt. We don't love ourselves enough. We don't believe in ourselves enough.
Yeah.
All right. And that is where I believe the biggest of our, I should say, misfortunes. I truly use it. As you said, you would have done it 10 years ago. All right. So the point is not that you are regretting it, but you are saying, you know what, from now on, I'm going to make the rest of my life the best of my life.
Yeah.
And that is so powerful,
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Maria, for your time. And I wish you all the very best in inspiring so many people that you've already inspired, and many more that you're going to continue to inspire.
Thank you, Dr. Arun. Appreciate it. And big thank you to you for helping me live my true, authentic life.
Thank you kindly. Take care.